Hello, gentle viewers. This is Guardian, welcoming you back to Out of the Park Baseball 25 with the Charlotte Silver Wolves. We had an eventful offseason, I think it is fair to say. Not so much in starting caliber lineup guys, but in terms of developing our depth and especially upgrading our pitching staff. So let's go through some of our most important additions to the club. Luis Romero is not a new addition. Instead, this is giving him a chance to play every day to see what he can do given that opportunity. All these guys played for us last year, with the exception of a full season out of Mike Bush and Ernesto Rosales also getting a chance to start. None of these are great solutions to the problems that we have, but they're good enough for now. Our big move is this one right here. Toshiharu Matsuda, who goes by the nickname Squirt. You know what? I'm not going to question it. I'm not going to argue. I'm just going to enjoy having a worthwhile partner for Ernie Jarvis in the starting rotation. Ethan Varner, we're going to give him a shot in the rotation. I don't know how I feel about that one, but I'm willing to give him a try. He was drafted to be a starting pitcher, so if he can actually make hay with this opportunity, then that just makes us all the better. Julio Mora is another converted reliever. Actually, he did start for us last season. That part is true. He's going to start for us this season. And then Josh Batty is also going to get another season of starting rotation work after a fine season last year. McQuinn got a brand new contract for a lot of money that I hope he will earn. Jorge Milanes is back in the pen after a uninspired starting pitching season. I think he's a better suited to be a reliever. Sean Lusko was acquired in the offseason as somebody who gives a little bit of depth to our bullpen. Carrillo's an old friend. Coronado was acquired in the Rule 5 draft pick. Rob Howard has been around for a bit, as have Josh Thompson. And or no, Josh Thompson is just thinking of a different guy. Yeah, Thompson also got acquired to offer some for the depth. And then Dusty Hackett. Mr. Hackett here has been given the opportunity to be not only a reliever, but also a bench player for us. So we're really interested to see how that works out. Going to the rosters and transactions, a couple other moves that we made. We acquired Escobar here to be a backup outfielder, offers a little bit of pop. He was god awful for the Nationals last year, but thankfully by riding the punt for most of the season, he shouldn't be that big a difference. Prince Trotman was a pretty major acquisition for us, and then he got hurt in spring training. He'll be back sooner rather than later. And then poor Chris Perry finally had a role for himself carved out, and then he got hurt. We did all this without parting with any of our premium prospects, which is very exciting. We did trade what's his face? Harry Ford to give Alejandro Rivera the keys as our starting catcher. And we have Tarasho Suzuki, who we acquired last season. Who's going to get a chance to be a quality backup catcher and offer some veteran leadership. So, look, it's all going to come down to Giacoletto and Zapata, and to a lesser extent Bulkley, who's actually proven to be a pretty helpful little piece. But we need Giacoletto to be healthy, which it has not been in the past 2 seasons. And it's probably a terrible hope to hope that he will be healthy this year. But it'd be sure nice to get one more healthy season out of him. Because I'd hate to do this to him. Unless he has an incredible season full of playing at least 100 games, I'm probably going to opt out of his contract. I think I have to. I think it's financial malpractice to keep a player like this who can't stay healthy anymore. For whatever reason, I think we have to make the right decision and we have to say goodbye to Andy Giacoletto. Um, is he a Hall of Famer? It's dodgy. His peak is really, really good. Really, really good. But I'm beginning to wonder if he's ever going to get the counting stats to be attractive to the voters because of this lack of durability. And let's be clear, this is a guy who never played 160 games in a season. Um, but starting in 2032, it's been a lot to count on him. This does mean we need to find his successor, and I don't know who that is. Um, so I want to spend some time this season either in the draft or through clever trading, finding his successor at shortstop. It could be Dusty Hackett. It's not going to be. I just don't trust his bat, but he does at least offer the elite defense that we expect out of a quality infielder. Um, could be Rosales. I have plenty of choices. I saw everybody offers the unique combination of offense and defense that he does. Um, so yeah, a lot of his money might end up going to Rivera, to be honest with you, at some point in the very near future. But we'll see what he does in his first season as an everyday starting catcher. All right, enough yammering. Let's give it a go. Let's begin the baseballing. I did not check the waiver wire. I probably should have, but I don't even know what I'd be looking for. Mitchell and the Lemon both clear. Is there anybody interesting on the waiver wire? I guess I'm really bad at checking the waiver wire. It is a weakness of mine. Yeah, the good players are gone already. Like Nelson Serrano's not bad. He'd be a decent backup catcher, but I like the guy we've already got. He's a Spaziani. That's funny. Yeah, we're just gonna keep going. If Giacoletto misses more than, let's say, 30 games this year, I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna opt out of his contract. That I think is where we are in our baseballing procedures here. Sometimes spending a lot of money on the youngsters pays off, other times it doesn't. It's beginning to look like it is not going to pay off for Luis Romero. We'll see though. Then again, you get an MVP candidate like fucking Zapata for pennies on the dollar, and you really just can't complain at that point. 5 weeks for Gunnar Henderson. Now, third base, I'm a little bit better suited to replace because I have Kurt Matthews here who can play third base. Um, I'm gonna call up Josh Walensky. I don't want him to play third, but I do want him to be get some quality of playing time potentially. All right. Do what? Oh, I do have Prince Trotman has to be activated. Okay. Um, I'd rather have Walensky in the minors or Trotman in the minors. Let's do Trotman. And the reason is I want a good defensive backup for. I mean, I guess I have Hackett. Hackett is also a quality defensive backup, but we'll go with that for now. 5 weeks isn't too bad, especially for bone chips in the elbow, though it just sounds awful. I mean, bone chips anywhere are bad, but. He's like, look, Ma, I made it. I'm going to be a starting pitcher. Instantly blows out his elbow. Damn. I guess Archuleta is kind of up next. It's really disappointing though. Cho needs to figure out his shit because he has not played well. And I still need him to be the pitcher that he can be, but he just hasn't done it yet. Um, Jared Fauber isn't bad. I think he'll work for now, and we'll see how that gets sorted out. All right. How are we playing people here? Who's taking over at third base? Trotman? But why? I mean, I guess we can try it, but like that's I thought it would be Kurt Matthews almost instantaneously. Hmm. Casey Chota is going to be given playing time this year in the major leagues. Um, Maybe he'll develop quickly. He just needs more of an opportunity. But I really want to see him do something this year in the high minors. We are not scoring very many runs this year. That that concerns me. Well, there goes injury time for Giacoletto. So Walensky does get to come up to the majors. I like Ormerod a lot in terms of his defense, but I kind of want to let Walensky get some playing time in the majors as well. Damn. That's a nice little run there before we got stomped by the Royals, but we're doing okay. I mean, Alejandro Rivera is hitting 390, and I definitely didn't expect that to begin the season. Like, you're gonna have an MVP candidate. Cool, wow. Wait, who is it? Is a mood. Mr. Walensky returned to the minor leagues. Gunnar Henderson returns. We'll get Chocolatto back in another week, which is good stuff. Good old Nafi Rosario. What a guy. Player development. Masuda's getting better. Amazing. Choda's getting slightly better. That is disconcerting and disappointing. Sorry. Oh, that second sneeze. I didn't know that was coming. Not a lot of players improving, which makes me sad. However, when your catcher is hitting 400, it's hard to be too upset. Um, Luis Romero has been bad. Ugh. Guys, why do I do this to myself? Um, mm. Bench him. I can't yet. I gotta wait till June. I've got to give him more at bats to see if he pulls himself out of it. The bullpen is struggling a little bit, but the rotation is good. We're not scoring very many runs, and I think a big part of that is this guy right here. Also, Trotman continuing to get lots of at bats when. Well, we're gonna get Gunnar Henderson back in the lineup, and that's gonna help. Let's keep on keeping on for now. Personal message. All right then. Our Giacoletto returns, which means Trotman departs. Maybe he doesn't. Then who does depart? Because I'm certainly not. Yeah, it's got to be Trotman. Trotman is the only guy who has options. So we'll bring Chocolatto back. If by the end of May Romero hasn't started hitting to the level he should be, we will be trading him for literally anything and finding a first baseman replacement. Oh, poor Rivera's not hitting 300, not hitting 400 anymore. Sad. Okay. 300 homers for Sergio Zapata. Nice. But Dusty Hackett is injured. And so is Giacoletto. Yay! Trotman returns, and Walensky is on his way back almost certainly. Okay, only missed a day. Rob Howard wants an extension. Let's go to the videotape. I'm not seeing the name Casey Cho in this report, and that concerns me. Um, do I have a scouting report for him? I don't think I got one. Yeah, I didn't get one. Request scouting report, please. Rodolfo Guerrero. Why do I have you shortlisted? Because I traded him. Wow. Damn. I mean, Kellen Bulkley is really, really good, but I did not expect him to turn into like one of the best Major League Baseball players. This one's gonna hurt really bad. Given how much we have struggled to find a competent first baseman, that one hurts. I did not anticipate him developing the way that he did, but I guess we have to accept that. All right. So Jacques Aleto's back hitting first. Mike Bush has struggled. However, he's still hitting for power and he's still playing good defense in center field. So I'm willing to punt on him. Rosales has been good at getting on base, so not totally useless. Romero has no power. That is his biggest crutch. He does not have power. Um, and he doesn't get on base often enough to actually take advantage of his actual skills. I think we had to trade Romero. There has to be somebody, even on this team, like Curtis Matthews, who can play first base better than he can. But I can't afford to keep having a null factor at a position where I should be expecting decent offense. And Curtis Matthews isn't that great either. But yeah, we're gonna flip Romero. I think I've seen what I need to see from him. He's had he's had almost 400 at bats, over 400 at bats as a Silver Wolf. And during none of those at bats, he's shown me anything that says that this is the kind of guy you want to build around. So I will trade him and probably get nothing in return, but that's okay. You offer me Daniel Rivera. He's an okay reliever. I'm certainly not opposed to getting him. I like Juan Zatino more though, especially if I could get say Quinn and Zatino. I mean, it's all about you actually have like a quality first base and you're willing to give me, but probably not. You might give me Johnny Hacker if I ask for him. I'd rather have Wagner as a veteran presence, but maybe not. Do I want him? I don't think I do. Mm-hmm. No, I don't. I don't think that's an attractive proposition for me. Kevin Eichelbarger's not bad. I wonder if you'd throw him in. No? Okay. Look, I guess the value is we're actually making money as a result of this, so I can't be too demanding. Can I get Barrera? He's got a lot of upside to him. It's just going to take a while to show that. What else would it take? Wow, you believe that strongly in Barrera. Okay. Interesting choice, but alright. How about Federico here? No. Alright. You have a lot of first base prospects. I wonder if you'd give me De La Fuente here. I'm just gonna do it for Zatino. Um, None of these guys are that exciting that I'm willing to wait. Oh, you don't want to get rid of Quinn. Can I get Quinn too? Yes. And I'm gonna ask for Caben Kimmins too. I will simulate a single day to see if that. You're really close. You're basically wanting like mid-tier prospects, and I think Kimmins is interesting enough that I'm willing to part with one. You can have Cooper. Done. Apparently, was also an asshole. So there we go. Addition by subtraction. Um, I will call up Walensky for right now, but I'm hoping to find ourselves a quality first baseman. I'd also want to upgrade at second base. Um, are you like crushing it as a hitter? No, you're also struggling to hit. You're a two-way player, but you're bad at both ways. Okay. Okay. That's fine. Um, Not Nacho Alvarez Jr. Brad West isn't bad. It seemed like his problem with Detroit is they just don't let him play. That's a good mix of contact, eye, and power. He doesn't want much in return. Hmm. What if I offered you Kurt Kirby? No, Kirby's actually pretty good. Joe Sorrell is a center fielder who can't center field. How does that grab you? Can he should eat some of his salary, please? Would that be a possibility? Okay, I can get him for free. Done. Poor Walensky. He's like, finally, I've broken. Nope. He's like, God damn it. There we go. That should be a pretty nice upgrade for us in the lineup. Especially vis-a-vis Luis Romero, so I feel pretty good about that. You say he's got the makings of a guy who can anchor rotation, but he doesn't fucking do anything with his actual pitching talent. He's just getting his brains hammered no matter where he plays. He can't stop giving. He's just not developing. For whatever reason, he is not developing. Um, I don't know, guys. I don't know. I'm not going to trade him. At least not yet. But that is definitely a concern. I'm going to go ahead and flag. How does Joe Throw instantly become a 51 overall when I trade him? No. We'll see how Sorrel does. I still don't like his chances, personally, but I'm willing to give it a go. The second round pick, so he definitely has some pedigree to him. But I needed something this season. I need something to give us a shot in the arm, and a quality bat like West provides is something that we've been lacking for the past several seasons. Yeah, short of Jacques Leto playing so well that he wins the coveted double MVP, where he's so good they give him two MVPs. I don't like his chances of sticking around. Um, Escobar, I'm just gonna waive you. No, I will put you on the injured list. That's fair. That is fair, and I will need an outfielder to take his place. Lenski does not play the outfield, sadly. I feel like Ormerod has to be called up at some point and given an opportunity. I don't know. I'm gonna call up Cristino to be our fifth outfielder. Up, Nathan Rosario is on the move. Hey, he made the majors again. Nice. Alright, let us proceed to the end of June. Okay, next steps. Let's talk coaches. Mike Sarbalik won 2 World Series as a bench coach. He still gets along pretty damn well with most of our players. I think he's an easy choice to retain. I think keeping him around makes a lot of sense. Luis Cadet has done a great job of developing amazing young talent, and I want to keep him around as well. Done. Brennan Gowans, I've consistently had some of the best hitters in Major League Baseball, and he's been a key piece of that, so let's keep him around as well. Oh, I don't get to keep him. That is a manager's choice, okay. Antoine Anderson is doing well enough in his first year that I'm going to go ahead and extend him. There we go. Jesus Feliciano, you have a path to being to a meaningful job in this organization. So I'd like to offer you an extension, please. There you go. I don't like that he's making more money than I am right now, but hopefully that'll change at the end of the season when I get my new contract. Sure, I'll put him on the 10-day IL and recall Hackett. Turns out I was right to put him on the IL. Okay. 22 runs. I'm sorry, what? Are you having a fucking laugh? I gotta check that out. In just a second here. Hee I'm Steph. Um, man, fucking Rodolfo Guerrero. Already one that got away. Okay. Okay. How the hell did we score 22 runs in a single game? My gasps have been flabbered. 22. I thought nobody got 5 hits or 3 home runs. In fact, there's only 2 home runs the whole game by Henderson and Bush. It was just beating the shit out of them over and over and over again. So scared of Sergio Zapata, they walked him 3 times. Which is smart. Like, I'm not blaming them for that, but holy shit, guys. Alejandro Rivera has cooled off a bit. A little bit. Ernie Jarvis, of course, he was the pitcher. Yeah, we just fucking clobbered the shit out of him. Zam. Okay, Ernesto Rosales is not working out. You're an amazing utility guy, but you are not an everyday player. You just aren't. So I'm gonna go ahead and trade you for an interesting prospect. Literally a prospect of any interest. There is no prospect of any interest being offered. I guess I could look at a regular if I can get like a starting second baseman for him. I could have Mickey Oak, or I could not do that. I'm just gonna waive Rosales. He has nothing left to show me. He sucks. Um, Thank you for all of your service, but no, thank you. I'm gonna call Walensky or Ormerod. I think Walensky. Um, Walensky's bat is a little bit more useful. Oh, but I could just also waive Castillo. He's worth hanging on to, at least for now. Okay. Friends, I will return momentarily. All right. Is there anything else we want to do before we continue the sim? I am not keeping Rob Howard. I mean, he's useful, but not so useful that I'm willing to pay actual money to keep him around. What are you looking for in terms of your remuneration? You're wanting a huge sum. That is not going to happen. I'm not going to pay you $6 million or $20 million or however much you're asking for. That's just not going to happen. So trading him is a possibility. Um, I mean, Archuleta is almost as good as Howard is, and he's way cheaper. So I'm not gonna invest in that. Okay. Why is this jumping? Oh, because of arbitration awards. That's why it's jumping so high. Okay. Okay. All right. So Hackett gets to start every day at second base. I'm fine with that. I think he's a more than deserving second baseman. Let's see what happens. This does essentially mean that I'd lose him as a pitcher, but that's okay. That's not what he's here for. He's here to be a top quality. Um, he's here to be an infielder. He's not here to be a pitcher. I guess the basic question then: do we go ahead and send down somebody to call up another pitcher? Actually, today of getting Archuleta some big league reps. Walensky is almost as good at second base as Castillo. I bet I can still get something for Castillo if I trade him. I think. It seems likely somebody's going to want to take a chance on his upside. Really? Hmm. All right. Because I want another pitcher if I'm not going to have access to Hackett. Because he's starting every day. Okay. All right. Who made the All Star team? Who are the best of the best for us? Fascinating. We decided to just not have a first baseman this year. That's pretty strange, but okay. Howard and Jarvis both made it, as did Quinn, as did Alejandro Rivera. Pretty damn nice for his first full season. Um, Zapata made it. Giacoletto didn't, which I find interesting, but not terribly surprising. Um, how close was Giacoletto to making it? Is he having a good year? He's having a pretty good year. They could have voted him in if they wanted to. But I get it. Prospects for Charlotte are David Gaona, and that's it. That makes sense. We're gonna head on down the line to the draft. They both cleared waivers, so they can both go back to AAA. Go AL. All right. We need to come away with a good player, regardless of position. Position does not matter to me in the slightest. Let's go. All right. So there's a handful of high quality pitchers and one decent position and a couple decent position players. How good is Nelson Puente? Nice mix of pitches. Doesn't throw super hard, but good stuff. Very good at keeping the ball down, but he is going to be hittable. His control is really good potential. Maybe. Billy Pickering throws much harder. Nice mix of stuff and control, and 6 pitches. All of which grade out to be plus or plus plus. And he's smart and loyal. I think this is a no-brainer. I think we take Pickering. I'll look at Tizano here, but it's gonna take a lot for me to overlook him. Yeah, Tompkins is a little bit too rough. I will happily drop Nelson Pickering for the recommended slot. All right, let's talk players of baseball. Who did end up taking Puente? How far did he fall? He made it to the supplemental round. Damn. I want to shortlist him. I just want to see how he turns out. But I do think we took the right player. Nobody wants Greg Sanford. He's not a center fielder. He's got good contact, mostly because he doesn't strike out very much. Pretty good power. Maybe. Kevin Romich is a pretty outstanding player. He's gonna strike out a bunch, but in a catcher, that's not so bad. Maybe. Sandoval's pretty good all around, but he is greedy and not very bright. Hmm. Joel Walker's not a second baseman. Ramage has some pretty great tools. I think that makes him, or Romich, excuse me, I think that makes him the right selection here. Other than being greedy, you're a pretty solid pitcher. Oh, you're not though. Your third pitch is subpar, and you don't throw very hard. One or both those things might change, but unless they do, you're not that interesting to me. Chris Schmidt is kind of dumb. Mike Bennett is very smart. He's just his profile isn't that great. Remember, BABIP is their ability to actually put the ball in play. Avoid case just how little they strike out. He's a possibility. Don't get me wrong, but I'd like to see if we can't grab somebody even better. You're a good hitter, but you're not a second baseman. You're a shortstop or a catcher, first baseman. I'll figure it out eventually. Chris Lee's not bad. A good mix of stuff here. Noticing anybody that leads me to go, oh my god, what an amazing player. Mm, mm, I don't really want to take another catcher, but he's pretty high quality. I mean, Amari Rimson is a really good hitter. He's just not a second baseman. I think we take the chance on him. I think it is worthwhile. And we'll see who's still around. Bennett and Nuge are both around. I'm going to go ahead and take Bennett. I'm overpaying wildly for him, but I think he could be worth it. Okay. We're already fairly deep in the draft, and there's still some good prospects left, which always makes me happy to see. Jeremy Nelson is not a bad player. He's certainly not top tier, but his glove is good enough to handle any infield position, at least temporarily. And he's got a pretty well-rounded set of skills. However, this being his best contact skill does give me a little bit of pause. Let's keep looking. Chris Lee is fine, but not exciting. Juan Roloff is okay. I actually like him a little bit. Jorge Quintana is not a second baseman. Otherwise, I'd be a little bit more interested in him. Alpha Wilds is decent. I mean, Nelson's not terribly thrilling, but I think he at least has enough glove that I could put him at second base and not worry about it too much. I think we go ahead and take Nelson. Done. Josh Lakes. Did I look at him? I did not look at him. I like Roloff better than Lakes just because he's got the high work ethic, which means he's going to work hard at it. So we can take Roloff. I'll go ahead and offer him a shiny 900 grand. I think we've got good players in this draft, but what I don't think is I don't see any future all-stars here. Unless things break exactly right. Batting potential. Any high contact guys left? God, I wish you could play the infield, but you're a really useful type player, so I will draft you. Done. Hmm. So sometimes you've got to take a chance on the talent, and I think Moscoso has enough talent that it's worthwhile. Are there still international amateurs that haven't signed with somebody? Yeah, Luis Rosales hasn't. I just don't have any money. Nah, Sam Meinhardt's too fucking stupid. Hmm. Hmm. Ken Martell. Oh, that's why nobody's drafted you yet, because you want too much money. Which is a shame because he's actually a really good player. I like Rob Reese. Let's get Rob Reese on the phone and offer him his 600. And then we got to get cheap now. We have to, even if it means taking a lesser player, um, because I'm just running out of cash. We start taking people that want the slot. Andy Norman is a perfectly fine relief pitcher. Let's get it done. Hmm. As an outfielder, Joe Kraft is playable. Let's get it. Excuse me. You know what? Brad Page is a big character kid. If he develops so that we think he will, I think he could end up being a real surprise. So, Mr. Page, welcome to the Silver Wolves. Somebody finally took Ken Martell. I'm really curious to see what happens with him. Just because, where is he? Where is Mr. Martell? Oh, I've got to go to the next page. There you go. There he is. Let's shortlist this guy. Like, he's a really good player, is it? But you're gonna need a lot of money to sign him. But he's got a potential to be a starting shortstop very quickly. And if he is able to make the most of his talent, I think the Diamondbacks got a big time steal. I just can't afford to sign a guy like him. You know, Super Nintendo Chalmers as a catcher. I can get behind that. I Plotst. Your control is so bad, I don't ever see you being a useful pitcher. Sorry, mate. Dave Larson is uninteresting, but that actually works for him, and he's made the most out of good competition. So we can draft that up. I think I'll reach a point of the draft where there's just not that many special players left. I'm gonna go ahead and let my scouting director take the last few picks. He's earned it. Okay. I think if I do opt out on Giacoletto, really hack it. But you just said question mark. I thought it actually said what his injury was. Oh, we don't know how long he's gonna be out. Oh no. That might be the end of his career. I need another true infielder. Let's call up Armorod. I think that's out for his career. I think his career just ended. Because it's got the question mark. That's never a good sign. And that's the end of Andy Chocolatto as a Charlotte Silver Wolf. Not only is that the end of his season, I genuinely think it's the end of his chances of ever making the Hall of Fame. I think he was always going to be kind of tight. I'd rather have Trotman than LaCroisiere. Injuries have fucking wrecked our shit most of the season, not gonna lie. For a starting caliber second baseman or shortstop, I would actually be prepared to trade something reasonable. I mean, apart from having a rag arm, you're actually a pretty good second baseman. Um, I can't afford Mason Wynn. Pete Taylor's even more injury prone than Chocolatto. Zach Moore is decent. He's not a. Oh god, I didn't even notice his. No, he's too error prone. He's gonna airmail something when we desperately need it to be on point. Brad Milligan is meh. I'd like to get more than meh, if that's permitted. Dan McLean would actually be a pretty damn good player. I'm willing to take a risk on him. Mr. McLean, what is it gonna take? Oh, you don't want to be. Well, fuck you then, mate. How do you have a no trade clause? Oh, you must have 5-10 rights or 10-5 rights. That's what they call it. Bobby Witt Jr. I know I can't afford him. Mm-hmm. Too much Monorino. I've got Alex Harrington's on my roster already. I don't need bonus Alex Harrington. Why would you want to trade a 27-year-old megastar? Is it just the money? It might just be the money. Kevin McGonigal, does he get results? He kind of gets results. I could see this working out. McGonigal is, I think, the kind of player I wouldn't mind having on our club. What would it cost me to trade for him? Something pretty damn good. So, to your statement, I say a kind fuck off. I mean, I could trade you Curtis Matthews, I guess. But I think Matthews still might have a role to play on this team. Nacho Alvarez would be a fine, fine player if not for his injury. Fuck off immediately. He's not that good. Yeah, there's just nothing here that I can acquire that's gonna move the needle in a meaningful way. I will sim to the next. I'll skip to the next sim, and I'll do this to see if anybody offers me something. But I'll be honest with you, there's really not a lot to like here. I just don't think there's anything worth doing. I mean, I guess I could trade Rob Howard because I'm not going to bring him back anyway, and I have enough pitchers that I'd like to give them an opportunity. So you know what? Let's try it. I have 3 minutes to find the right player. Mike Locke is a terrible defender. No, he's actually not a bad defender, but he's also a long ways away from the majors. And I'm not willing to fuck with that. Mike Youngquist is a pretty damn good player, but I don't really need a corner outfielder at the moment. Fine, but not outstanding. More like Sterling Kapow. Um, Alvin Cooksey's a pretty good pitcher. Let me do it for Cooksey and see if they would then throw in an infield prospect. Because here's the thing, I'm not keeping Howard. Like, Howard is not sticking with this team. I can't afford him. Yeah, you're not gonna give me Boussard, nor should you. What about Juan Ayala? Okay, Daniel Valderrama. He's not bad. No, that's a hard no from you. Okay. Castanera's not bad. He's just pretty far away from the majors. I mean, the one thing is I can't afford to come up with nothing. Um, Esteban Herrera. He wants a little bit more. No. That is a big hard no. The hardest of no's. The biggest of no's. But I could probably get Johnny Helton. I'm keeping my eye on the time because I don't want to spend so much time looking that I miss out. How about Jesus Tehara? Tehara. Okay, okay, okay. And Dave Drexler's a big fat nothing. Done. Alright. So now I need to replace him as a pitcher. I think we're going to let Casey Cho pitch in the major leagues. I just think at this point, he's just going to keep struggling to get playing time. And I want to see if he has any chance at all to be a useful major league player. So we're going to go ahead and call him up. And just like that, we are done with the trade deadline. Joe Dwalberg. I mean, I honestly, Joe Dahlberg might have been a better choice, but I do want to let Cho Get some playing time at the major league. He's gonna get it anyway. I was just gonna call him up rosters expand. This in this case, I'm just calling him up a little bit earlier. I think Giacoletto's gone. I can't do it anymore. I cannot. I am unable to can. Jared Russell's improving. Kurt Matthews is getting better a little bit. Sergio Carrillo's getting better. Juan Guerrero is improving. Nice. We're getting some improvements here. I feel like calling up Choda's gonna do one of two things. He's either gonna take the ball and run with it and be amazing, or he's gonna totally shit the bed and be out of the league in 2 years. And I'm willing to see which of those things ends up happening. I do not have a quality center fielder to replace Bush with. I guess that means LeMan comes back, the lemon. G Luca like a lemon. I guess. I guess that's what I'm going with here. I do not give a shit. Oh, does he really? Okay. Has Cristiano done anything of note? He really hasn't. You can go back to the minors. You can go back and think about what you've done. There we go. I need more contact guys pretty desperately. I see more on base guys. I mean, that is always the quest that I'm looking for. I could sure use. Who's Alvin Cooksley? I don't even know who this is. Oh, you're the guy I acquired. You're unmotivated. That's disappointing. Fine. Enjoy the minors, Quixie. Yeah, I can't control that. So hopefully my manager makes the right call and keeps him around. I could just search for the Yankees right about now and just drubbing the ever-loving shit out of them. That would be glorious. Um, Mike Bush, I want you on a rehab assignment just because I don't want to have to do any roster shenanigans, and plus it'll give you a chance to fully rest up before I bring you back. Damn, we just got our asses exploded. Nope, or Mike Bush will just get injured again. Thanks, mate. Really appreciate that. Jerk. What is it with players just being like made of paper mache? Sorry, that's a lie. Paper mache would be more fucking useful. If some paper mache gets wet, it's really tough. I do get Dusty Hackett back though. Let's try having him rehab. Fletcher Sweetapple is a fantastic name. And I don't care who knows it. That's incredible. Truly inspired. I don't wish to alarm you, but I do believe that Sergio Zapata's streak of top 2 MVP finishes is about to come to an end. Which is a shame. But it be like that sometimes. I mean, to be fair, Zapata has been injured. And he isn't quite as good as he's been in the past. He's still been really, really good, but he just hasn't been as good. Which is fine. He's allowed to have a down year every now and again. as a treat. Look at Sergio Carrillo breaking out as a pitcher. You'd love to see it. I love to see it. Dusty Hackett, come on back, y'all. Um, who else should be returning to the roster? Mr. Cooksey can pitch for us, I guess. I'm gonna go ahead and call up Joey Newton. We'll give him some reps in the majors. I think that's fair. LeCroisier. And then I think Kurt Kirby also gets called up. We're gonna take some of these guys that have like reasonably decent futures. I'm just gonna give them some reps here at the end of the season. I'm gonna call up Juan Salazar too. I have 2 more spots left on my roster. Is there anybody else I'd like to call up? Jeremy Dorsey can be called up. And your mom. Brennis isn't that great. But I'm gonna call up your mom. No, I'm not. That seems fine for now. Let's go ahead and just let these guys get some playing time for the last few weeks of the regular season. That is cruel beyond measure. To take him out, probably for the season. Do I have any other catchers on my 40-man? I don't. Lupe Soto, you're in. That is cruel. He might be back, maybe, right before the postseason starts, but I don't think he will be. I think if we're really, really fortunate, he might be ready if we get past the first round, maybe even the first 2 rounds. We're gonna clinch a playoff spot any day now. Hey, we got Chris Perry back. That is a lovely thing I did not expect to happen this year. That's actually really awesome. But yeah, weird. And you give me and you take it away. See you later, Colt Long. It was nice. It was nice knowing you. I mean, he's not dead. I suppose I should be at least a little bit reasonable here. Mike Bush should be ready to go when the postseason starts. I think. I have indeed reached the postseason. Is Mike Bush healthy? He will be healthy. When does the actual first game start? No, I think I have to make my decision now. Oh, no, I don't. I think I have to do it by the beginning of the season. By the beginning of the series. So we're going to do 1, 2. I mean, I don't really care that Dave Black is retiring. I care about Mike Bush returning. Alright, playoff roster, let's go. I have to add Lupe Soto. Why can I not add you? I really only get 1 fucking catcher? Wow. Shit move, game. Shit move. LeMan can go. Bush can be added. Do I have anybody that I could add as a catcher? Literally anybody. I can carry 3 first basemen, apparently. Hopefully one of them knows how to play catcher. I feel like this might actually solve itself very quickly if things fuck up, but we'll see. All right. Yeah, if they can get to Ernie Jarvis, then that's pretty much it for us. Yeah. Honestly, we had too many injuries down the stretch. I really didn't expect us to even get past the first round. So, bunch of people don't give a shit about retiring. Cool, 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 cool. Let's get a new hitting. Let's deal with this right now so I don't forget about it. I'm gonna promote Ben Johnson. And then Jose Gomez can be our new high A hitting coach and we can grab ourselves. Sure. This guy looks good. The injuries really got to us this year. The good news is I do think we found ourselves quite a formidable rotation. With the new guy, with Sergio Carrillo finally figuring it out, and Jarvis, I think we've got ourselves a pretty damn good rotation. And our bullpen is good too. It's just not as good. I think we could use another top quality armor too. Apparently, my defense is god fucking awful. Has it really been that bad? I mean, Callum Bulkley is should be better than this. Then again, he just doesn't make very many errors. He doesn't have great range. I don't think it's necessarily that we had bad defense. I think it's that our good defenders weren't healthy. But that is something I guess we should be paying attention to sooner rather than later. Right. If I opt out of Jacques contract and he's willing to take he's willing to take a pay cut, I would consider keeping him around. But that's pretty much the only thing that would convince me to keep him around. Haha, Yankees, you got stomped out by the A's. Amazing. Nice. Oakland wins the World Series. Well done, Oakland. Well done. Got a good score. These are both comically easy decisions. Ernie Jarvis is really fucking good. I'm keeping him. Jacques I can't do this. It's malpractice for me to keep you on this team when you keep getting injured. At that price point, I'm gonna have to void your contract. And we'll figure something to do with you next episode. Oh, okay. Corey Burns gets promoted. And let's get a good pitching coach. Hi, Chuck. Come on down. Back to my emails. I'm not making more than my manager. That makes me sad. Really? You let him walk, you fucking moron? He's so good, though. Oh, before I do anything else, before I do this click, just out of curiosity. No, you want a raise. I am not giving you a raise. And Brad West was fucking shit. So we're still looking for a first baseman, too. We'll fuck with all this shit next episode. I just wanted to look at that. Because I want to make sure that we at least get our supplemental draft pick. I would pay him $15 million a year for 3 years. I want to offer him something, but he's not going to like it. Because I think you're in a world of hurt at this point. Yeah. I just wanted to offer him something just so he'd get a chance to think about it. But for right now, that wasn't going to happen. So how do we do this year? Where do we do well? Where do we do poorly? What can we do better next season? Gunnar Henderson put together an excellent season. I think in a year when so many of the players got hurt a lot, and so did he actually gave us pretty damn fine production. And I'm pretty happy to see that. I'm going to say something that sounds absurd, but it's true. This is the worst full season of Sergio Zapata's career. Do you know why? Because he didn't have lineup protection. Without guys like Giacoletto driving the ball and doing a lot of offensive damage, I think he struggled. I think people just didn't pitch to him. If we look at his walk percentage over the years, I bet it is much higher this year than it was the previous year. Yeah, it's his highest walk rate in his career, led the league in intentional walks. They just didn't pitch to him. There wasn't a threat behind him in the lineup, so everyone is just like, yeah, who gives a shit? Despite his ill-timed injury, Alejandro Rivera had a phenomenal first full-time season, clearly showing that we made the right decision when we traded our previous catcher. Kellen Bulkley took a big nosedive, which is disconcerting and problematic. Hopefully he fixes that next season. Mike Bush kept getting injured. Kurt Matthews, I think, just needs to be given a job and told take after it. He actually was a pretty high. He's a pretty highly effective producer this year. Josh Walensky, despite his yo-yoing back and forth between the majors and the minors, he actually had a pretty good season. He actually had two pretty good seasons. I think it's need to accept him for who he is and let him actually have a chance in spring training to be the guy we need him to be, because he's done nothing but produce at the major league level, and just keep looking past him. Prince Trotman was a baseball player. Mm. A lot of players just didn't play very well. But we really lacked the top end talent that really used to take us. And I think Giacoletto being hurt for most of the year is a big piece of that. We have to get another threat in this lineup so people actually have to pitch to Zapata, and then we'll start seeing his numbers go back up. This is still an incredible season. Like, I'm not mad in the least with his performance. It's just not what we expect from him, and it's not his fault. So, how about the pitching? Ernie Jars was amazing again. He is getting to the point where he's almost in that conversation for the Hall of Fame. He's real good this year. Masuda was good as advertised. I wanted another pitcher to stabilize the rotation, and damned if I didn't get one. I'd like him to strike more people out, but I'm not that concerned. He had a great season, and I'm really excited to see what he can do going forward. Josh Batty has consistently gotten a little bit better each year, which is highly welcome. Nate Quinn was healthy for the entire season, and once again proved one of the best relievers in the major leagues. Sergio Carrillo breaks out as a starting pitcher is something we've wanted for so long. Having that just makes us so much more dangerous. And even Jorge Milanes got some decent time in. Casey Choate fucked up in the major leagues too. Like this fucker has never seen a pitcher his hitter he won't just groove a fastball to. He is getting better, but I think he has to be on the roster next year, and he just has to prove that he's worthy of our time, or he'll have to find a new job. Yeah, we're gonna have some pitching decisions to make, but not nearly as important as improving this lineup. I mean, yes, was the lineup fourth overall? It was. But a lot of that was some contributions to guys like Jacques Leto who got hurt. Yeah. So this feels like the end of an era in a lot of ways. Like Jacques Leto was the first homegrown star of your Charlotte Silver Wolves. And I think he's already screwed. I think, oh, I'm on the wrong page. That helps. Mm, I don't like his chances of making the Hall of Fame. I truly don't. He played at a Hall of Fame level for several seasons, and then he just broke down. So, I hope he is successful. I hope he can claw out another 5 years or so, because if he can and he's anywhere near his current level, he will be a Hall of Famer. But the thing is, I don't think he has it in him. He doesn't have a ton of hardware. So the awards isn't going to do him any favors. He's Rookie of the Year, two-time Gold Glove winner, two-time All-Star, and a two-time champion, plus a Division Series MVP. Whereas I think Zapata already is a Hall of Famer, I don't think Giacoletto is going to make it without a pretty big change. I mean, look at this absolute fucking unit of a human being. 300 homers already, 1,500 hits. He's going to hit 1,000 ribbies next year. He's so good. A three-time MVP, several-time All-Star. He's real good. Is the takeaway here? He's real good. Um, but it's increasingly becoming obvious that he doesn't have the supporting cast that he needs to make the rest of it work. Um, so that's going to have to be something we're going to have to think long and hard about in the off season. Is where do we find the kinds of players that we need to make us relevant again? Um, yeah. Mm, we'll talk. We'll talk. Okay. That is it for today's episode. I hope you all have enjoyed. If you have, remember to like and subscribe, comment down below. And until next time, this has been Guardian. Thank you for watching, and I bid you good day.